Texas's new anti-abortion law will soon allow Americans across the country to sue Texas-based abortion providers or anyone who aids an abortion past 6 weeks. Now, this is the most draconian anti-abortion law that's passed in the country. And the way that it allows for American citizens to sue abortion providers was very much intentional in order to prevent any type of, situation where the courts might rule that the law is unconstitutional. So let me explain how that works. So if successful in this lawsuit, the petitioner who does not have to reside in Texas will receive a $10,000 award and the cost for attorney's fees. The provision, which passed the Texas state legislature this spring, is part of a larger anti-abortion bill, which will ban all abortions after a doctor detects a fetal heartbeat, usually around 6 weeks, right? Now, first of all, there's a financial incentive for people across the country to sue abortion providers in Texas, which is an issue. It also encourages these lawsuits through that financial incentive, which, whether the claims made by the individual filing the lawsuit are right or wrong, that doesn't matter. What ends up happening is the abortion provider will then get caught up in a legal fight that, of course, is costly. So even if they've done nothing wrong and have followed the 6-week abortion ban law, they still have to go to court and they have to fight the allegations made against them, draining them of time, draining them of resources, and that's very much an intentional part of this. Now, typically, this is where it gets super shady. Typically, government agencies shut down or challenge abortion clinics accused of breaking the law, and the clinics then have a way to challenge the constitutionality of the state law through the courts. But by deputizing Americans to sue on their own, clinics and doctors can no longer employ that method. So understand that when the courts decide on the constitutionality of a law or an action by state lawmakers, it has to be an action carried out or enforced by state lawmakers. In this case, it's an action, the lawsuit, carried out by American citizens. So it makes it a lot more difficult to deem this law unconstitutional. So it's just a way to jam up the court system with all of these frivolous lawsuits, drain abortion providers of what resources they have in fighting these lawsuits that can be filed by any American citizen in any state in the US. And it's just very clear that it's a way of just strangling what's left of reproductive rights in the state of Texas.
When Greg Abbott was asked about it, he mentioned his faith and how he's doing it for religious purposes. What is this, the Taliban? What is it, Al-Qaeda? Is it the Saudi government? Is it the mullahs in Iran? Who are we talking about? This is supposed to be a secular country. It's in our constitution. We shall not establish a religion. I'm not in your religion. I don't believe the same things you believe. I'm so tired of saying it, but the Bible is pro-abortion, 5:11 through 31. You're not even right about your religion. This is all an effort to subjugate women. So
no, and also let me give you his exact statement. This is the last graphic. He says, "Our Creator endowed us with the right to life, and yet millions of children lose their right to life every year because of abortion." Because Governor Greg Abbott cares so much about people's lives. The guy who supports the deregulated, privatized energy grid that killed people during a winter storm recently because they didn't weatherize their equipment to withstand the winter storm. The same guy who had no problem spreading disinformation regarding coronavirus, who had no problem prematurely opening up businesses as new cases of coronavirus, new coronavirus cases had increased significantly. The guy who had no problem spreading disinformation about mask wearing, which clearly saved people's lives. Those who actually listened and wore masks were far less likely to contract the virus and get hospitalized or die as a result of COVID. I mean, yeah, this guy allegedly cares about people's lives. Give me a break. I'm just so sick of the right wing trying to pretend like this is a question of life or death for them, when in reality, there are two reasons why Republican lawmakers push for anti-abortion laws. It's not about religion and it's not about the right to life. None of that matters to them. It's about, number one, punishing women and controlling them so they don't have the ability to make decisions about their own bodies. But also number two, and we shouldn't discount this, it's about pandering to evangelical voters who had no problem with someone as disgusting as Donald Trump breaking all of their rules, right? But pretend like they care about the issue of abortion. Yeah, okay.
So this bill has two different problems. One is this weird vigilante situation where they're like, it's a bounty. Go find somebody who did an abortion. God help us all, man. What are you doing, guys? What are you doing? And so they're gonna hunt women and doctors down in Texas, and then they're gonna sue them and try to bankrupt them and ruin their lives and take the, probably all the money in the house that doctor worked for his whole life, and they're gonna rob him of it. And they're gonna rob the people, good people working that clinic, trying to get women a right that they have to do what they want with their body. They're gonna turn women into chattel. They are. They're gonna say, we're in favor of big government. We now own your body. You're not allowed to do whatever you want with your body. The state of Texas owns your body. 6 weeks. By the time you miss your first cycle, you only have 2 weeks left. Tons of people have no idea that they're pregnant within 6 weeks, right? So it makes abortion de facto illegal. So they're gonna make it illegal. By the way, I am in a total state of this right now. Like, I think that Democrats are gonna lose on everything. And I think they're gonna make abortion illegal in Texas. And I don't know if the courts are gonna reverse it. If it goes to the Supreme Court, I have no confidence that they're gonna reverse it. So now, in the majority of the country, soon abortion might be illegal, and you no longer can control your body, and so you might get raped, and then your rapist can sue you. This is, by the way, this is true, and it was pointed out by reporters in this case. It's in the bill, right? So there's no exception for that at all. So your rapist can then sue you, get money from either you, the doctor, or the clinic.
No, they don't sue the actual woman getting the abortion. They sue the abortion provider.
Yeah.
Right, so if a man rapes a woman and she gets pregnant as a result of that rape, if she then gets an abortion, that abortion provider can be sued by the very person who raped the woman. There's no exception written in the bill that prevents that from happening.
Well, people aren't gonna do those abortions, obviously, because they don't wanna be sued and they don't wanna lose everything, right? So they're gonna tell that poor woman, I'm sorry, your rapist has threatened us with a lawsuit, so he now controls your body for the rest of your life. And Republicans almost all vote on abortion. Democrats almost never vote on abortion. So if you're gonna continue to be an idiot and say, no, I bet they don't do it, I bet they don't do it, I bet it's not important. Well, give your body over to the Republican Party and see how it turns out. So, but look, at the same time, I hate the Democratic Party constantly blaming the voters. So let me be clear, right? The Democrats never deliver for you. They never deliver for you, right? And then they put you in an awful position where you either have to vote for the frauds that the Democratic Party are, or the fascists who are gonna take over your body and say, I now control it. Big government owns your body. We live in Handmaid's Tale. And that's brought to you by the religious zealot Taliban in Texas. So that's who the Republicans are. I can live with anything except the lies about the Republican Party. They're monsters, and they don't believe in freedom at all if you're a woman. And they don't believe in freedom at all for this country because they want to impose their version of their religion on the rest of us. They hate America. America is not supposed to establish a religion. America is supposed to believe in freedom, and they hate this country. That's who the Republicans in Texas are. Don't let them take your control of your body. It's grotesque. Thanks for watching The Young Turks. I really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.